Welcome back to Yardats, and thank you so much for joining me. So let's continue on this journey of learning our first dart indicators. It's just a helpful way to help you learn your dart checkouts. Please join me. So these are the numbers of the day. The numbers in the 70 range, color coded here by this pink color, and then most of the numbers in the 70 range, just 71, 73 and 77, that we will cover at another time. But that covers, like in the 60 range, all the numbers were first dart indicators, and nearly all in the 70s. Okay, now whether it works for you will determine whether you like the double it leaves, but there's quite a lot to go. There's quite a lot to be said about if you're struggling at learning your two dart finishes. These are helpful ways to do it. Now, just remind you what a first dart indicator is. It's just a term I've used when you've got a number like 72 and you look at this furthest right digit, which is 2. It's going to be treble 12. It just gives you that little kick, that little indication, helpful hint at what that first treble rather is going to be. Okay, like 74 is treble 14, as you can see. 75 is treble 15, and so forth and so on. Okay, so let's get into these numbers right now. Okay, so to these numbers, let's start at 72, and this furthest right digits are 2, so it's going to be treble 12. All right, treble 12 for double 18. Now, in the last video when we did the 60 range, they added up to 25. These add up to 30, so 12 and 18 is 30. So if you stood there and you're on 72 and okay, that's the first dart indicator, I'm throwing treble 12. If you can do the quick maths, okay, the instant recall, and know you're throwing 18 to make it 30, it's quite easy to see that. I'll give you that. Okay, so but for me, I use a link where possible, a picture, and I just see that they are across from each other. So if this is the center of the board, you've got 2 segments here and 2 segments here, so they're equal. It's 12 and 18 across from each other, and that's how I do it. I don't do any additions. But knowing that I missed treble 12, hitting the big 12, so this misroll, it leaves me 60. And as you can see, all of these first dart indicators leave 60. So if you do go this way, because I'm going to show you some alternate finishes in the next slide, then you hit your big number, miss the treble and hit that big number, then it always leaves 60, which is a nice easy thing to remember, right? Let's continue. Let's go to the next slide, the next number rather. So we're on 74. So 74 for this right digit is 4, so treble 14. Okay, 4 double 16. Now this is the best way to take out 74. There is an alternate way, and I'll get to that shortly, and I'll also tell you why this is probably the best way, the safest way. But treble 14 double 16, so you stood there and you're going, that's 14, I need 16 to make it 30. Great. That's actually quite an easy number to see as well. So this might not be a bad way to do it, actually go through the numbers, but I like a link, and my link, even though it's quite weak, I must admit, I just see it as the next even number up, so 14, and the next even number up is 16. So once I started, I don't do that now because I know the finish, right? This is just to help you if you're struggling. Let's go to the next number. So we're on to 75. Okay, 75, treble 15, and again 15 and 15 is 30, so if that works for you, treble 15 double 15, I just know that they're on the same segment. Okay, that's how I remember it. But of course, if you know your treble values, and I do expect people who are trying to learn the darts, you've got to know, if you've got to instantly know that treble 15 is 45, it's quite easy to see you need another 30 to make it 75, and therefore it's going to be double 15. Okay, so you don't always need these pictures and ideas and things like that, but if you're struggling, you do. Let's go to the next one. 76, so furthest right digit is 6, so treble 16 for double 14. All right, so of course it's just the opposite of 72 actually, isn't it? Or 74 rather. It's been a long day. Okay, so treble 16 double 14, they both add up to 30, of course. You can do that, or you can see it's the next even number down, so 16 and 14, that's another way to do it. So whatever works for you. But that is 76. That's a 2 dart finish for 76. A bit of a rubbish picture, but maybe the numbers do help you. So seeing a 16 and a 14 is quite easy to see that they add up to 30. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let me know if this is confusing. Hopefully not. I'm trying to break it down as easy as I can. 78, The furthest right digit is at 8, so it's going to be treble 18, and the finish is double 12. And again, I use that they're just across from each other. All right, like 72, it's the opposite. 72 treble 12 double 18. This is treble 18 double 12. But they both add up to 30, if that helps you. A nice finish, that one. One of my faves. Okay, let's go to the next one. Nearly there. 79, furthest right digit, treble 19. Treble 19 for double 11. And the way I remembered this, I just see it as a clock face, quarter to the hour. But of course, 19 and 11 again. Looking back at this, these are quite easy to see, these numbers, that they do add up to 30. So you can be stood there on 19 and going, well, I only need 11 to make it 30. It's not too bad. But there'll be some people who get this. I mean, I didn't do it that way, and I just literally looked at this picture. So it's quarter to the hour. And once I did it, I remembered it. And now I don't need to picture that. I just know my finish, okay? And finally, 80. Because it's a zero, I've mentioned this, that you throw in at treble 20, okay? Works for all the ones, so 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, except for 60, because obviously 60 is a single 20 for double top. But you can throw it treble 20 and double 10. You don't really need any help here. It's quite easy. 20 and 10 is 30, so that's quite easy to see. And also, if you know treble 20, we all should know treble 20 is 60, right? It's quite easy to know you need 20 more to make it 80, so double 10. But if you want to help, you can see it as maybe 20 past the hour on a clock. But again, I don't think anyone will need that because it's quite an easy number to work out. But those are the first start indicators. A couple of points to know here. They're all odd. All the odd numbers in the 70 range. You can, if you want to remember which of these 70 range are first start indicators. Okay, so my pen's not working. Eraser. Okay, so but all the even numbers are first start indicators. Okay, and then of course you've got 70, 75, and you've got 79. Or you can see as well. You'll learn them. You don't really need me to go through that. You'll just learn which ones are first start indicators with a little practice. All this, look, darts is probably one of the hardest games out there, or sport certainly. You know, it's very hard. So you know, you get nothing if you don't try. Anyway, that should cover those numbers. So very quickly, this is just a quick segment, a quick slide, just kind of going over what we've just done, showing you, just putting it into words that they all add up to 30, and also my little pictures. You know, next even number down, even though it's a bit of a weak one, next even number up, but you know, you throw out a dartboard and you think of that, you'll get it. All right, so have a go with them. So finishing off, we're going to go through some alternate finishes, because you may not want to go the way these first start indicators have highlighted. For instance, 72, you might not want it because it's treble 12, double 18. You might hate that side. You might not want to go up to the 18s. Okay. So there's a nice alternate finish, and on this key here, anything in a brackets is an alternate finish. So treble 16, okay, let's just change that color. Treble 16 for double 12. In fact, this is the first way I learned to do it. It's a really comfortable way for me. I will go treble 12 double 18 just because I like that way now. Okay, but I know both the ways, and of course missing that treble 16, hitting the big 16. So this miss roll would leave 56. Okay, now let's go to the next number. So 74, treble 14, of course, double 16, but an alternate finish here. And this is one of my preferred ways to go because I like the 20s and 10s. 74, treble 18, because that's 54 for double 10. All right. Just be careful of this big one, because if you hit the big one, you're on 73 and you're going to need another treble. Okay, so this is why the first start indicator of 74 is good. If you're going for your treble 14 for double 16, hit anything around there and you should get below 70. So you should be guaranteed at that one, that double, probably a double 20 or even bullseye. Okay, so it's all about fractions. How can this board help you on this hard game of darts? Okay, next number. Sound like a drag car outside. Okay. Right, so 75. There's a few ways to do this. Obviously the first start indicator is treble 15 for double 15, But you need to know, I mean, and also, let's actually go through that. So treble 17 for your double 12. Okay. Missing that treble 17, hit the big 17. As you can see, it would leave 58. And of course, when you've got 75, a lot of people are going to go 25 and bull. All right, just be aware. It's good to know the other ways, because when you're first starting out, it's quite hard to hit the center of the board. I know many people who just cannot do it. So it's good to know those trebles. But you know, when you get a bit more comfortable, a bit of time under your belt, you've got 75, you've got 2 or 3 darts, you're probably going to throw a 25 and bull, because it's kind of a rock star finish, as I like to call it. Okay, let's go to the next one. We're on 76. So there's some really nice options here for 76. Of course, treble 16 for double 14 if you had 2 darts, and you could probably do that if you got 3 darts. It's a good way to go, but I think a lot of people will still go treble 20. Okay, so treble 20 for double 8, because missing that treble 20, hit a big 20 would leave 56. Okay. Yeah, I'm just checking that math, make sure I got that all right. Okay. But I would also, if I had 2 darts and I've got 76, I seem to go double 18, because if I hit it, I'm on double 20 for my next dart, or for the next time I come to the board. And if I always err on the side of caution, and if I hit the big 18, I'm left with 58. So it's a single 18 again. So I'm in the same area. All right. So that's why I like to do that. And as you can see here, put it on double 18 for double 20. Missing double 18, hit the big 18 would leave me my 58. Okay. Always know your miss rule. I know I keep repeating myself. It's probably as important as learning the finishes, really. Next number. So 78. These blank ones, 71, 73, and 77, we're going to cover them another time, so don't worry about that. But 78, so treble 18, double 12, I'd go that way whether I got 2 or 3 darts. All right, next number 79, again treble 19, double 11, but you can go treble 13 for double top, and I am a double top guy, but I would always go treble 19 for double 11. Okay, and I'll tell you why. Because of the miss rule. The miss rule really tells me where to go, really. So when I went, so let's just show you that. So I missed treble 13, hit big 13, it would leave 66. Right, and if I was going treble 19, double 11, and missed treble 19, hit the big 19, it would leave me 60. And I'd much rather take out 60 than 66. Okay, so simple as that. Now finally 80, which is quite straightforward. Again, you don't need probably many pictures or thoughts or anything about this if you know your treble values. Some people don't. But 80, you can go treble, obviously we've got treble 20, double 10, we've covered that. We can go treble 16 for double 16, that's also 80. Okay, most 16 players will know that. But often you see a lot of people with 80 that will go that treble 20 for double 10. You can also go 2 double 20s, kind of, which I haven't actually got on this crib sheet, but you can absolutely do that. Do a bit of a loop littler and take out 2 double 20s. But that covers the alternate finishes. So you've got lots of choice, depending how you like to finish, depending what your strengths are, depending how much experience you've got playing this game of darts. But that should help you out on these 70 range numbers. Okay, so thanks for watching. Remember, people, I'm just trying to help those who are struggling to check out. And if it doesn't make sense to you, I understand. But I know it's helping a few people out there, so I'm doing my job. Coming next time, I'm going to continue on this first dart indicator. We're going to cover the numbers in the 80 range. They do get less as we go up, and they get a little bit harder to learn. But you know, as I said before, these 44 finishes, the golden 44, the essential 2 dart finish, if you learn those and you apply my formulas like I've shown you previously, you know, you're more than 3/4 there when it comes to learning to check out. Take care for now.